All right. Second time is a charm. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for letting me know that that was an issue. So we are rocking and rolling. I'm watching the prelims, dude. You can consider this a prelim live stream while we talk about the Khabib story. So and I also bet I bet pretty heavy on the next fight. But I'll tell you about that shortly as the fight starts. But for anybody who's going to be watching this later, as you can see in the title and the thumbnail, Khabib is under investigation with the Russian government. They're saying he owes millions in back taxes. They seized a couple businesses. They froze his bank accounts. It's like it sounds like a pretty serious situation. And this is all based on a couple of reports. I obviously have no ability to verify news coming out of Russia, but obviously it's a really big story with potentially big implications. So I wanted to cover it, since it's out right this second. And we will go through the details, and selfishly we'll discuss whether or not this means there is any chance that he would come back and fight. I'm serious. Like, I don't want to sound, ooh, Hardy just got clipped. I don't want to sound like this is a really serious thing. You guys know how I am with people's finances, especially like fighters. So I don't at all want to sound like I'm, excited that this is happening to Khabib, because I definitely am not. But I'm going to frame the potential that he would fight again in a way where he should be very grateful that opportunity exists if he really is in a financial situation where he owes millions of back taxes. Because most former athletes, they get trapped in a spot where they've invested all their money and they owe millions in back taxes. They have no option. They certainly do not have options to go make that money, still doing what they used to do. Anyway, so we'll talk about that. And, again, I also am going to talk about Russia doing this. I don't know. This is pretty weird that they would do this to Khabib, and especially that they would make it public. Isn't Khabib a beloved hero over there? I don't understand. Like, even if they had some kind of financial dispute with him, I'm confused by them releasing that information. It's like, because you also know there's no way that if Khabib was still active, like if Khabib was still active and he had a fight coming up against Conor, like they would never release this information. They probably wouldn't even seize his assets. I don't know. Hopefully this story's not true, but this seems, I verified it through like three different sources. So it seems like it is true, but we'll go through this and then talk about it. So, yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I thought he got gifted a property from Putin. So, like, if he's getting gifted properties, why are they breaking his balls over $3 million in tax debt? I don't know. It seems very bizarre. So Russia needs the money. What better way to force someone to give up money than to make it seem like you are betraying the country? I'm confused. Maybe I didn't see that part of the story yet. Okay, so and yes, without any shred of doubt, Conor is going to tweet about this in 3, 2, 1. As a matter of fact, I am shocked that he hasn't said anything about it yet. Conor's been trying to talk Khabib into fighting against. Oh my God, look at this, dude. The very first thing, like, I went to go search X for Conor, and this is the very first thing that Khabib faces UFC return. Rumors amid 3 minutes. Whoa. Okay, maybe this is just like, it's a summary of posts on X and evolve over time. Okay, so we're not yet talking about him coming back, but that seems, if this is true, you have to entertain that there is a high likelihood that he would come back to fight if he really does need to make cash fast. Because, if he takes a single fight, he obviously will be able to pay off that $3 million very easily afterwards. Dana would Dana would probably pay off that tax debt for him just right when he signed the bout agreement before he even fought, just as like a pre-fight kind of gift. You know what I mean? Imagine what they make on that fight. They're saying that Conor and Chandler are going to do 20 million at the gate. At the gate. Okay. At the gate. That's before you get into pay-per-views and sponsorships. 20 million at the gate. So imagine what they could afford to pay Khabib in a comeback fight, especially I just want to preface this next part. I love Michael Chandler. So I'm not like trying to be, I hope I actually am friends with this guy. And I don't know Conor, but as a fan of mixed martial arts, you have to at least acknowledge that if Conor did knock out Chandler and then they got Khabib to come back, that fight, to try to even wrap your brain around that fucking fight, it would be impossible. They'll make so much money. Dana could donate $1 billion to fucking Russia after that fight. What? Anyway, so all right, it's been 6 minutes. Let's talk about the specifics. All right. So here is and then we're going to talk about this. This is very interesting. Very interesting about what Khabib is saying, or what Islam is saying that Khabib did in the Dustin Poirier fight. Spoiler, let him have a guillotine on purpose is the story. Anyway, all right. Hardy won. Good for her. Great fight. People repping Happy Dad in the crowd that are not even associated with the company. Must be nice, dude. Okay, so MMA icon Khabib's accounts frozen due to $3 million tax debt. Some of the former UFC champions' firms now reportedly closed over irregularities uncovered by Russian authorities. See, this is what I'm saying. The reason I didn't just go Khabib owes a lot of taxes is because when you read this story, there's something else going on. He's being investigated. There's and you'll see when you get into here. And it being Russia, obviously the United States current state has all kinds of, shenanigans going on. I just read today something about a Trump audit that's coming and that he's going to owe $100 million from an audit, an IRS audit. I'm like, the fucking balls on these guys, dude. The absolute balls on these guys. They're like, oh, okay, well, he's got this case, this criminal case. Oh, well, that's not going well. What else can we do? Let's hit him with an audit. $100 million. It's absolutely endless. It's fucking crazy. I cannot believe that he is still standing up to all this shit. He's such a, if you're not impressed with that, then I don't know. But so with Khabib facing an investigation in Russia, I don't know, man. There has to be something else going on. Anyway, So bank accounts linked to his Eagle FC promotion and charity fund have allegedly been frozen in response. Nurmagomedov, hailing from Dagestan, enjoyed a stellar career before retiring from the sport in 2020 with an unblemished professional record, 29-0. Victories over notable opponents like Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje solidified his yada, yada, yada. Recently, allegations suggest a different narrative. In a post on its Telegram channel, MASH Media asserted, okay, so if this is the only, let me just say this actually. If this is the only source of this story, this might be bullshit. I don't know what you guys know, but what MASH Media? Who the fuck is MASH Media? Okay, so I just want to show you guys, this is everywhere. This is on Khabib, this is on Twitter. It's all over the place. Right? Championship rounds. It is everywhere. Everyone is reporting this. But I know how media works. So if, as we get into one of the semi-credible sources, and they say that the source of this information is a post on its fucking Telegram channel, MASH Media. Who the fuck is MASH Media? This might not even be true. It's probably true, but it might not be. Anyway, they say Nurmagomedov owes more than 300 million rubles in unpaid taxes. Following his retirement, he ventured into various business endeavors, including dietary supplements, restaurant chains, and hotels. Okay, so according to reports, Nurmagomedov's troubles with the Russian tax authorities stem from his transfer of ownership in several companies, purportedly leaving relatives and associates in control. This prompted an investigation by Russia's Federal Tax Service, which is obviously the Russian IRS. And I'm sorry, I did not bet heavy on this next fight. I bet on McKinney. I have a bunch of money on McKinney. So the Russian IRS uncovering discrepancies in documentation and resulting in the closure of some of his businesses. Furthermore, Nurmagomedov's MMA promotion company, Eagle Fighting Championship, is reportedly under scrutiny, facing potential closure in the near future. Authorities suspect that Nurmagomedov may have diverted funds meant for taxes to finance investments in hotels and startups in Turkey and the United Arab Emirates. So I don't know. This is a weird statement right here. You know, like the authorities suspect that Nurmagomedov may have diverted funds meant for taxes to finance investments in hotels and startups. Like, if he financed startups and hotels, how the fuck would they know that that was funds that was intended for taxes? You know what I mean? Like, when you pay your taxes, you pay your taxes. Like, that's a really weird thing to say. What, like, so he put it in an account that was titled like Khabib's taxes, and then he sent that to other investments. Like, that's a really fucking weird thing to say. Anyway, I don't know. That's very bizarre. I mean, this is always a possibility with athletes that go into, because listen, man, like at the end of the day, you do not want to, like, if you're Khabib or you're me, if I was in his situation, I don't know if you guys have run, like, how, or sure, some of you guys, but not all of you guys have run businesses before. Like, there's the fun part and there's the not fun part. Okay. Look at, like, as if you want a perfect example, if you are a, what do you call it? Like, if you're, I don't know. Okay, so whatever. Perfect example of what I mean. Look at Dana White. Okay. So if you're like a workaholic and you actually genuinely love business, so you have absolutely endless energy to work, but you get to choose what you're going to work on as the chief executive, that's Dana. He gets to like do shows. He gets to, hype fights. He gets to travel around, do whatever. Like, he's an absolute workaholic, 100%. But then, contract negotiations, he doesn't deal with that anymore. Like, anything related to accounting and all that stuff, that's not his bag. So, like, if you're Khabib, that's exactly the situation that you want. You want someone that you trust who runs your business side so you can focus on ideas, bringing things to the table, promoting things, all that stuff that is necessary to build successful businesses, but is fun and not this bullshit. At least for me, I fucking hate dealing with money. I can't stand it. I fucking hate it. I hate it more than anything in the world. I hate it. I like looking at, like, money to me is as interesting as this. I like looking at a fucking computer screen and seeing lots of like dollars. That's it. Anything else having to do with money, I don't like it. I don't like it. I listen to some guys who are great with money and they talk about how they fucking, they opened up this trust and then they did this and this and this, and sounds, and then they like kind of laugh that no one else does it. And I'm kind of like, well, that sounds really clever, but I hate dealing with fucking money. So I don't want to have to do all of that shit, even though you don't seem like you're that fucking smart, but I just don't want to do it. So it's like, a lot of times athletes will put someone in charge of their finances. And if that person, and I'm not saying that someone's corrupt necessarily, but you can't fully give away control over the keys to your money to anyone, like to anyone, even if you're wired like me, where you fucking despise money and dealing with money in general, aside from making it and looking at it. You can't just take your eye off the ball and just assume that everything's cool if the money that's funding your operation is all yours. Because ultimately, like, you can have a business manager, but like you're like, I think we should invest in this and this and this. And you go to them, you're like, can we afford this? And they're kind of like, yeah, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's very easy to end up in a situation with like a person who doesn't, I don't know, I don't know. It happens a lot. Or like Dane Cook, someone fucking robbed Dane Cook. His brother stole all his money, millions and millions. He had made like 30, 40, $50 million, and his brother stole it all, which is insane, dude. Insane. But yeah, no, a corrupt business, like someone said Ali, it's fucking not Ali, dude. Ali would throw himself in front of a fucking bus for Khabib. There's no way that he did Khabib dirty. That is literally impossible. I would bet my life on that Ali did not do Khabib dirty. But again, this doesn't mean someone did someone did Khabib dirty either. It could just be, well, maybe the government's doing Khabib dirty. Yeah, his brother is still in jail. I know. I saw that interview where he taught, like, where Dane Cook told that story. And man, that, like, it made my blood run cold. Where he's like, I knew right then. It's like he stole all my money. He's like, I just knew right there he stole all my money. I'm like, oh my God. If I, like, just the thought of that, of my brother, my fucking brother that I trusted 100%, stealing all of my money, and like all that, the feeling of that security being gone, and knowing that my fucking brother, who I had entrusted all of my finances to, had done it. It'd be like walking in on your wife getting pounded out by your best friend. Just the fucking absolute worst, the worst thing that could ever happen. The new MMA physician. That's not a good doctor. Dr. A. Dr. A. I don't get it. I'm trying to say your joke, but I don't understand it. Dr. A. I can't figure out that joke, dude. Jaden, what's up, dude? Thank you very much, good sir. Appreciate you. We did a really good Dr. Ada Load. Yeah, but why doctor? You should have said, have you heard about the new MMA fighter, Jesse Adalode? Like, made the Adalode thing the full last name. That would have, you might have got me with that, dude. Okay, so Ali did not steal money from Khabib. I would, again, there's absolutely no fucking way that he there's no way. But here, okay, let me show you this other thing, dude. So Khabib gave a secret message to Islam Makhachev before famous UFC title defense. Okay, so this is about Dustin Poirier, right? This is bananas. Okay. So at UFC 242, the undefeated Dagestani champion welcome favorite Dustin Poirier, Abu Dhabi. We all remember that. And okay, hang on. Okay, hang on. Secret message to Islam Makhachev ahead of the Dustin fight. And dude, where? Okay, Makhachev on DC and Chael show Good Guy, Bad Guy. Noted a story from backstage at the Abu Dhabi event. Claims that giving up the guillotine position was pre-planned in an effort to exhaust Poirier in the later rounds. Before the fight, I swear to God, Khabib told me, hey, catch me in guillotine. I have to feel. Makhachev told Cormier and Son, and I will give him my neck and make him tired. And what we did in the locker room right before the fight. No way. Islam Makhachev admits he doesn't respect Dustin Poirier's guillotine. In that mold, Makhachev admitted he doesn't really fear the potential of being submitted from, oh my God, he doesn't fear getting submitted by Poirier's guillotines. I mean, Dustin has literally attempted 1 million guillotines and he never, ever finishes them in the cage. But he is a black belt in jiu-jitsu. And it's like, if I'm fucking Poirier coming off that last fight, jump the gilly, dude, I would train guillotines with 5 different world champions, like, for a month. Like, it's all I would do is just that every afternoon, guillotines. Just because if he finishes Islam Makhachev with a fucking guillotine, I will literally, like I've said, I think I said this before, I will tear this entire studio down. I'll be so fired up. I will tear it all down and rebuild it, because that would be the most gangster shit of all time. Oh, really? Okay, so it sounds like verified. verified that the story about Khabib, well, the one about the taxes is true. This one, oh, okay, wait. Makhachev initially that used to, but Cormier, who's a team. Makhachev initially attempted to claim that he respects Poirier's ability to use the guillotine effectively, but Cormier, who was a teammate of his at AKA, knew he wasn't being honest and joked that he was trolling. Okay, I don't respect his guillotine because I never see him finish someone in guillotine. Maybe one day, but it's not going to be me. Listen, dude, it would be a wild, like miscalculation to assume that Dustin Poirier does not have a strong guillotine going into this fight, because if you think like, it's like, just think about like jiu-jitsu as like conceptually. Is Islam Makhachev saying that there is no one who, if they secured a guillotine on him, could finish him with a guillotine? Because there for sure is someone who could finish a guillotine if they locked it in right on him. So it, like, from where Dustin was, whatever, to where he's going to be, like, if he focused exclusively on guillotines with someone who is an absolute stone, elite world-class expert in guillotines, it wouldn't take that much adjustment for Dustin to have, a technically sound guillotine that is very capable of submitting Islam if he gets trapped in it. So if he does do that because Islam Makhachev underestimated his guillotine, that would be fucking amazing, dude. We actually just worked guillotines this morning at the seminar that I was at. We had the seminar that I did this morning was at it was with what's her fucking name? With Aurelie Laverne. She's like she won European ADCC this year. She's a fucking beast, dude. She is an absolute beast. That's a girl that'll humble a fucking dude real quick. I mean, she's strong as fuck, but like, she's an absolute monster. Hey, we worked on that exact, literally that exact sequence is what we worked on today. But anyway, we worked a guillotine today. But yeah, I'm watching the fights. It's on a commercial. I didn't bet on Charles Johnson. I bet on McKinney. I watched game footage on both him and what's his name that he's fighting, and basically here's my read on that fight. McKinney has an enormous speed and precision advantage on the feet. Huge, an enormous speed and precision, accuracy and technique advantage on the feet. But the other guy is an absolute fucking grinder. So it's like if McKinney can hurt him early, which I think he will, I think he's going to hurt him early. The other guy's never been finished, I don't think, but I think that he is going to get finished in this fight, and that's what I bet on. McKinney's a plus 140 underdog. Let me see. Hang on. Yeah, Ribovics. I bet on Terrence McKinney over Ribovics. I literally intentionally did not even look at their records or anything. I just watched footage of them fighting. So now I'm looking right now. Yeah, Ribovics has only lost one fight, and it was a decision. So he's never been stopped. But I think McKinney's going to stop him. That's my hypothesis. We'll see, though. And this guy, because also Terrence McKinney gets people out of there early, really early. Jesus, he has. My God, this is the first time I'm actually looking at his record. Like I said, I just watched. So these are his wins: first round knockout, 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 third round knee bar, first round. Holy fucking shit. Out of 15 wins, 14 of them are first round knockouts. Dude, I swear to God, I did not know that when I bet on him. And my bet, like I was telling you, is I'm like, I think he's going to knock him out early. Just having watched him move. That is bananas, dude. That is fucking crazy. But I think if he gets, I think if the other dude gets out of the first, then he'll grind him down. But honestly, you want to know what it looked like to me? I'll tell you exactly how it looked. When I watched footage on the dude Anthony was fighting last Saturday, Victor Petrino, that's exactly what I saw. The same thing that I saw in Esteban Ribovics, right? Where I'm like, dude, this dude is strong, but he's slow and he's sloppy, you know? Like, I didn't want to, I mean, I did say exactly that when I was talking about it in the but I knew, you know, me coming on here being like, I think Anthony's going to win for sure. Everyone's like, okay, dude, like no one wants to hear my opinion on a fucking Anthony Smith fight because they know I'm incredibly biased, but that's exactly what I saw in that guy. He looked slow and sloppy and strong. This guy looks slow, not as technically sound. But the difference between him and Petrino is like Petrino's huge and I knew would be gas later on. I think this guy, it's the opposite. Like he's kind of slower. He's not quite as crisp, but Ribovics is one of those guys that is going to fucking grind. If McKinney doesn't get him out of there in the first round, he's going to get ground down. It's probably going to get ugly, where he's just going to wear him out. But dude, actually, fuck, man. Ribovics is won by first round knockout a bunch too, dude. So he won by first round knockout in Contender Series. And before that, he had won 2 in a row, first 30 seconds knockouts, both of them. Damn, he's got another first 30 seconds knockout too. He's got 3 knockouts that were within the first 27 seconds. Dude, this guy's a finisher, man. Look at that. We'll see. 6 knockouts and 5 submissions out of 12 wins. Well, I'm glad that I didn't look at any of this and I only went off footage because I'm going to feel pretty fucking smart if McKinney knocks him out. Anyway, okay, I got to go. I got to run. I was supposed to be at the pool 5 minutes ago. And so, hey, I'm going to be super fun at the pool, just sitting there like, what? I'm sorry though. Daddy, will you throw me in the pool? I'm like, no, I can't. I'm watching the fights, nerd. I know. Yeah. Hey, clickbait. Fucking morons. I didn't even respond to that because I'm like, I'll let my fucking viewers eat those idiots because I also don't have time to respond. But anywho, later, guys. Love all you guys. Thank you for hanging out. Let's go, McKinney.